Hi everyone, welcome to the Hero Life show. My name's Dan, this is Paulie. Today we wanted to talk about the impact of taking care of yourself and how that affects the relationships you have at home. And so one of our clients who is in his mid-40s, a professional, works really hard, running a couple of businesses, started to see just a dip in his energy, in his body function, and also in his relationships at home. And he came to us wanting to really make a change and upgrade in all aspects. And so he asked us, like, how do I do that and where do I start? And for us, it's really important to start with the person that we're working with. And that happens to be this dad. So we just started to look at his nutrition, his morning and evening routine, what he does during the day in terms of movement and just getting the energy moving throughout the day, and just started to spend some time building him back up in a physical way as well as a mental way and an emotional way, and just giving him some tools and tactics and tricks of how to just upgrade his energy and body function and just his way of being. And spending time doing that in the first part of our program, he started to see just naturally that started to bring a greater amount of positive energy in his house. And he just felt like he didn't actually have to do so much in other ways to make an impact other than to look after himself. But so often we hear that everyone's looking everywhere else to find solutions to their well-being. But really, if it doesn't start within, where does it actually start? And that's a question that we pose to our clients, because it's important that our clients see that it starts within. And from there, great impact, great benefit, and great value can be shared and spread in all aspects of our life. And now he says to us, my life has never been better. My relationships have never been warmer. And it all started with moving, eating well, waking up with some practices to take on to start the day, and going to bed with also an evening routine where it just relaxed him after a stressful day and just gave him the tools and tricks to just reflect on how the day was and what's to come the next day.
There's so many things that we can break down as to what's responsible for his I suppose celebrating his newfound relationship with his partner and his family. You can break it down to the psychological benefits chemically that you get from training versus the hormonal benefits you get from eating whole foods, and on and on and on scientifically. But ultimately, I think the most profound effect is setting out to achieve a goal, whether it be training on a regular basis, eating in a way that serves your body and your mind, and following through with the integrity and feeling like a person that is doing these things and completing things that are giving to yourself. You tend to relate with people around you in a much more empathic, a much more understanding manner as well, when you are feeling like a more complete person within yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things that we bring to the program is like a weekly review. And the weekly review is broken down around exercise and how the body's feeling. Nutritionally, are we on point there? And then in terms of lifestyle encompasses so many things. There's professional life, there's home life, there's personal life, there's relationship life. And so we really like to unpack it all so we can give direct support and very bespoke support, so we can give people the solutions they need and flesh out ideas of what's going to work. So some things that come to mind, especially with this one client, was that he just felt like there was no time for him and his partner, like 2 kids, a business, everyone's kind of active in the household, but how do we get that time to be together? And the solution was to bring in a babysitter and say, hey, Wednesday night is going to be our night, and let's just commit to that. And all it takes was just to share that as a possible solution, and that just brought about so much excitement of like, I can do this, I can make this happen, this is possible. And then it was like, okay, well, what's the next step? And it was like, all right, I'm going to find a babysitter, and then let's book that in. And then all of a sudden, like there's momentum. And when that momentum grows, everything just becomes effortless. It becomes second nature. So it's just starting to get going, which can sometimes be the hardest thing. And that's why these weekly review calls we have is just a way to take stock and see what we want to do next and how do we support you to stay on track with what you want to do, whether it's in body, mind, and relationships.
Hmm. So if you guys want to, have a point where you are going to be continuously asked questions about where you're at, where you want to be, and identifying a road, a path, a blueprint to be able to get there, not just in a fixed origin and destination, because that's not how the reality of the world works. We work in a live manner, and that's going to be weekly. We're going to ask you the question, okay, where were you at last week? But you might be here now, and your destination may have changed. And that's the nature of human beings, being able to appreciate that we're not a fixed object, and we will continuously ask you those questions. So if you want to be able to continuously grow in a dynamic fashion, jump on a phone call with us and let's find out where you're at right now and see where you can get to in the future.
Yeah, nothing's off the table. So can't wait to chat.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Paulie.